Yo, it's good. It's Chosen SC, and I'm back on another video. And the first thing I want to talk about is why would you wait to live when you can die with a smile? You gotta understand that life should never be taken for granted, and all that we have is now. All that we have is now for us to express ourselves, to love ourselves, and just love this world, to put our energy out there, and to fully embody the presence that we came here to be, to fully be our authentic self. So why are you waiting for something in your life to happen for you to truly express who you are? And I feel like we do this because we want to wait on things to be perfect. We want to wait on things to be in perfect timing. We want to wait on when we have this amount of things, when we can reach a level of things, but all we have is now. Nothing is ever guaranteed, and everything can only be lived through the now. So now is the time that you take the initiative, start living for yourself, to actually start living and doing the things that you actually want, and stop living for other people. When you endlessly keep waiting on what you want to receive from this world, you're going to be waiting for eternity. And when you wait for eternity, you're never going to be able to live the life that you actually wanted, the life that you actually wanted to live, the life that is truly for you. You will only be living in a regretful life because of the decisions that you made at a point within your life, because you weren't so secure within the choices that you were making. You got to trust in the unknown, because the unknown is what propels us to our true path. The unknown is where everything was created, the darkness, the primordial void. So it's all about trusting in yourself and trusting in the unknown of your path. You may be uncertain about the path that you take, but you still got to walk it each and every day. You still got to walk your path. You still got to wake up and just go do the things that you actually love. It's not time for you to just put on a mask and hide how you really feel, hide the things that you love, and just try and fit into the system. No, you were meant to come into the system and break out of it, to really just encourage yourself and encourage others to express who they really are, not to conform to anything below you. Because of these old systems, these old paradigms, sometimes we can fall victim into these things, but we're not really falling victim into it. We're making ourselves a victim, and we're adapting a victim mindset because of everything that is perpetuated within the system, when we were never meant to fit into the system. This system was not created for you to be free. The system was not created for you to be you and just go after your passions and do the things that you actually love. It was meant for you to be like everyone else. Just sticking to a schedule, sticking to the routine and the safety of a life that you don't want to be living. But now you have the decisions. You are no longer bound to the chains of this paradigm. You are no longer bound to the chains of your environment, and you can be who you want to be. But you just have to realize it for yourself. You have to give yourself the capacity. And when I say give yourself the capacity, understand that this is your life to live, and no one else is going to live your life but yourself. So if you just fall distant to your own life, no decisions will be made. You will get so caught up in trying to make a decision that you don't make a decision at all. And that could be the worst thing that you could possibly do within your life. Waiting for life to reward you with something that you can do by yourself. You're waiting for the physical world to validate you on the life that you can live, when your internal world is the life that creates it all. You got to understand that your internal world is the creator of all. I feel like we try to bend our external world to the way that we see fit. And I'm just referencing this from a scene in The Matrix that was my favorite, bending the spoon. So I feel like we try to bend our external world. We try to do more. We try to put in more effort, when it's truly about internally. It's truly about us just adapting and accepting who we are internally, and just cultivating a better version of ourselves internally, so that our external world can match it. It was never about anything outside of us, because the external world is something that is only a reflection of the internal world. So it's all about how you feel about yourself. It's all about your perspective and your outputs on life, but your output within yourself. You got to love yourself and accept the level that you are at right now, because it will only get better. You will never be at the same level for a period within your life. You may have to go back to old periods within your life. You may have to travel back to old habits just to release yourself from it, to reclaim parts of yourself that you have forgotten within these parts of these habits. And this is perfectly fine. But you got to understand that this is your life to live. Why not die with a smile? Do you want to die And when I say death, I don't mean like physical death. I mean like spiritually dead, because you don't want to die within your soul, knowing that you have never created anything that you wanted to do, knowing that you have never strived for the things that you actually wanted within your life. You know, life is what you make it, and life is what you make it because you are the creator. You are actively co-creating with the universe, and if you think that the universe is against you, it will be proven that it is against you. You know, your beliefs create your life. And because your beliefs create your life and your knowing creates your life, that is what will be reflected to you. So it's all about being conscious and being consciously aware of the decisions that you make, being aware of your conscious and subconscious state of minds and what you take on and what you indulge in. You know, you got to be more active and just an active participant within life, understanding that the role that you play is actively contributing to every part of your life. And this is your life to live. So why not die with a smile? Why wait to live when you can die with a smile? Because this life is truly the life for you to be living. And I just want to say, this is your life to live. Just love yourself. Keep going. Peace.